When creating a workbook, or when customizing a curriculum into a class workbook, you have the following three options: date format, unit subject format, and eNovativePiano curriculum format. Deciding on the best option will depend on how you wish to organize your lessons. Date format organizes your workbook by calendar dates. The dates are automatically populated when you first set up the workbook. Once the workbook is created, you can schedule your imported lessons where you want them to appear. These dates will appear in the workbook and will be displayed on the upcoming assignments block on the teacher and students' dashboards. In the workbook, upcoming dates appear with an orange banner. Past due dates rotate to the bottom of the list in reverse chronological order and display a red banner. Don't worry if you make a mistake. You will be able to add, delete, or change due dates as needed. There are several advantages to this format. It is easy to populate your semester or calendar. Individual lessons are easily moved to different dates if needed. A date format workbook can serve as a daily lesson plan when teaching. Due dates will appear in the upcoming assignments block on the student and teacher dashboards. Here are some disadvantages. You are limited to organization by dates and cannot create different movable blocks that don't expire. You'll need different workbooks if teaching classes on different days of the week. For example, if you teach the same class on both a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a Tuesday, Thursday schedule, you will need to have two different workbooks for the calendar to be accurate. Reusing a date format workbook for a different school term requires you to manually change all those dates. The unit or subject format organizes your workbook by the groupings that you create. The number of units needed can be automatically populated when you first set up the workbook. Once a workbook is created, you can give each unit the title of your choice by selecting the Tools wrench, then the Edit pencil. Units appear with an orange banner. When one has been completed, you can mark them as complete by selecting the Tools wrench. This will move the unit to the bottom of the list and display a red banner. Don't worry if you make a mistake. You will be able to add, delete, or change units as needed. There are several advantages to this format. You have control over how your workbook is organized, whether by week, by exam period, or by content. You determine when the unit is completed and when it rotates to the bottom of the list. It's an easy workbook to reuse since you won't need to update any calendar dates for the next term. If you prefer this type of workbook format but wish to assign due dates, you can use the checklist feature to assign due dates to the items in the checklist. Just remember that when you reuse the workbook for a different term, you will need to update the checklist due dates. Although this is an extra step, it allows for maximum flexibility and better student progress tracking. The disadvantages of this format have to do with the due dates. Remember, the due dates are not indicated in the workbook or in the upcoming assignments block unless you group lessons into a checklist and add the due dates. Reusing a workbook with checklist due dates will require that the due dates be updated. The eNovativePiano curriculum format is a type of unit subject workbook. If you choose this format, your workbook will emulate our master curriculum and will be organized by innovation based on the filters that you applied. All the imported lessons will already be scheduled by innovation and will include our curriculum topic headings. Once this workbook is created, it functions exactly like any other unit subject workbook in that it is highly editable. You can change the unit titles, delete, or move things around, or break each eNovation into smaller units as needed. If you choose this format, you will be following our recommended pedagogical sequence. If you are new to eNovativePiano, this gives you a little time to work with and understand our pedagogy, while allowing you to make any organizational changes that you need. Choosing this format saves time. All imported lessons will automatically be scheduled and sequenced for you. You won't need to drag the individual lessons into units. The eNovativePiano format has the same disadvantages as any other unit subject format with respect to due dates. Due dates are not indicated unless you group lessons into a checklist and add due dates. Because we have so much content, organizing your workbook by eNovation can result in large units. If you prefer smaller chunks, just add additional units and reorganize in any way that you like.